Grab your poncho and your patience pants. Today we're diving into Katie's family trip to Disneyland during one of the busiest weekends of the year. Welcome back to Earstravagant Adventures. I'm your host and travel agent, Basti Rachel, and joining me, as always, is Katie, everyone's favorite travel chaos coordinator. What you drinking?
Alani Hawaiian shaved ice.
Oh, fancy. Today we're recapping Katie's family trip to Disneyland over one of the busiest weekends of the year. Like I said, this was New Year, the weekend after New Year's.
We checked in New Year's Day.
Okay. From staying at the Disneyland Hotel to navigating 3 days with park hopper tickets, we're breaking down what worked, what surprised her, and what families should really expect when planning a high crowd Disneyland vacation. So grab your mini ears, your ponchos, and your emotional support spirit jersey, because we're diving into the real life magic of doing Disneyland as a family over New Year's weekend. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Vacation planning should be exciting, not overwhelming, but somewhere between comparing resorts, booking dining, and building the perfect itinerary. It starts to feel like a part-time job. But that's exactly where Alonzi Travel comes in. We are a team of experienced travel advisors who specialize in theme park cruise, all-inclusive resorts, and European getaways. We've planned hundreds of trips, and our Google reviews speak for themselves. For your first call to the moment you get home, we handle every single detail, the research, the reservations, the strategy, all so you don't have to, because we believe your vacation should feel like a vacation from start to finish. So when you're ready for your next amazing vacation, visit alonzi-travel.com/take the trip, and let's plan that trip together.
Oh, Katie, this is an annual tradition, right? This is a
Yes.
Christmas surprise trip?
Christmas surprise trip. So we have been doing this for 4 years now. My kids find out where they are going Christmas morning. I typically wrap up like hints or things that they will need on the trip. We have done Walt Disney World, we've done Universal, we've done a Royal Caribbean cruise, and we've done a Disney cruise. And this year, Disneyland.
And check her TikTok because she did post the video of the kids finding out. So, why Disneyland?
Um, Why Disneyland? I have been, and my husband and my kids had not been. So I really wanted them to experience it. They are huge Marvel fans, so we really wanted to, go to Disney California Adventure and experience all of that. We actually picked the perfect time to go because it was the very last days of early entry for resort guests for the
Oh,
Disneyland
yeah, that's right.
hotels.
RIP, RIP.
RIP.
So
So
we said you stayed at the Disneyland Hotel. So what made you choose the Disneyland Hotel over an offsite option?
we wanted the early entry, and I wanted the kids to experience the Disneyland Hotel. With It's just iconic. My son, a couple years back, he got really, really into the history of Disneyland being built, the history of Walt Disney, the history of the Imagineers, and so it was like a no-brainer for us that their first stay would be at the Disneyland Hotel.
And it's just magical.
It is so magical. Um, and like as soon as we walked in, because I've been at Walt Disney World for these same dates, okay? And we got out of the Uber, and the whole front entrance was covered in these really cute jewel toned New Year's decorations.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send you a picture so you can like put it on the screen. And I was like, cute. I've never seen anything like this at Walt Disney World. And new for 2025 was Disneyland extended the holiday season. So it wasn't over. All the holiday food was available. All the holiday decorations were still available. They were still up. Where, like I said, we've been to Walt Disney World on these same dates and they're already taking stuff down, and you cannot get the holiday food items if you're going after New Year's. So, loved that little touch. I really hope they continue that, and I really hope they bring that to Orlando.
I
Um,
hope so
because
too. Because
We
we
have,
both complained about how short festival the holidays season is. If they just extended it 1 week, I mean, the Christmas
yeah,
trees are still up. Why not?
well, and Halloween goes on for so long that we're sick of it by the time it's over. And there are so many families like me that we choose not to travel on Christmas week because Santa still comes here and we still do all of that. And it's important for us to be at this house for Christmas morning, but we still want, you're still paying the same prices. I mean, it's just as high the week after as it is for Christmas week. So give me all the Christmas stuff. And
Yeah.
I was really impressed with that for Disneyland. Like, loved it.
So, what would you say is the good and the bad, and what surprised you about the Disneyland hotel?
Um,
Start with the bad. Start with the bad.
the bad. I do love having that the what's it called? The daybed.
Mm.
And like Pixar Place has the daybed. It has the two queens in the daybed. A lot of the Walt Disney World Deluxe hotels have the daybed. I wish they had the daybed. I had to sleep with my 12-year-old, and he's too big for that. So like I think that was the only bad.
Okay.
You know, my family being hardcore Walt Disney World people, they were like walking back at the end of the day, y'all, it's not a long walk. It is not a long walk at all. Let me put that
It's
disclaimer
like
in
seven
here.
minutes.
Yes, it's 7 minutes. You walk through downtown Disney and you were right there. But they were like, is there not a like bus? And I'm like, it's a 7 minute walk, guys. It's a 7 minute, like just power through it. You know.
Well, you did tell me another bad that you didn't say is didn't you say there wasn't enough storage?
Oh yeah, there was not enough storage. Like there was only three drawers
Hmm.
and that was it. So like I was able to unpack, the kids were able to unpack, and my husband was not able to unpack his stuff. And he is an unpacker, you know. So like he had to pull his suitcase out from under the bed to change clothes. So we didn't love that. I did like the bathroom setup though. It had the sink and vanity area was separate, but the bathtub and the toilet were in the same room. So like
Well, so what's funny about Disneyland is many different bathroom layouts. Many.
it's a hodgepodge. And you can definitely tell that the hotel has history. I'll say it that way. Like,
Well, a little bit of the history is Disney didn't build it.
mhm,
It was built by a completely different person and Disney eventually bought it. So
mhm,
it's not a Disney hotel and the Disneyland Hotel has a very interesting history. So maybe
mhm.
one day we'll go into the history of it.
Yeah.
But it was built a long time ago when hotel design was not what it is today. So you have to know that going into the hotel and just be like, oh, this is cute and quirky.
It is cute and quirky. And so, like, you're coming from, because our last Disney hotel stay was the Polynesian, right? Which the
Mm,
Polynesian is also an older hotel, but it has been renovated, remodeled so many
gutted.
times. So,
Yeah.
yeah. And the rooms are so modern and airy. And, it was just like, it's a little dark in here and it feels a little cramped, but the headboard,
I'm about
the
to say,
light
tell
up
us the good, and that
headboard.
headboard better be on there.
Oh
It
my gosh,
better
the
be.
light up headboard. And like I knew it was there and I hadn't stopped to figure out how to make it work yet.
Mm.
And when Bell Services brought our luggage up, he's like, do you know how to work that? I'm like, mm-mm. And he gave us a whole tutorial. And oh my gosh, love the headboard so much. Magic.
What else was the
Magic.
good for the hotel?
This is going to be so niche. Okay. There's a coffee shop that opens at 6 a.m.
Yes, there's a coffee shop.
Okay. Walt Disney World properties, you're not going to find anything where you can get a snack or a coffee at 6 a.m. But we went to the coffee house every single morning, and the food and the coffee were so good. So every morning we were there as soon as the doors opened up. And I know I've said this on the podcast before, is one of the reasons I love the Disneyland Hotel is how much outdoor seating it has in its little courtyard area where the
Hmm.
pool and everything
I
is.
love the
And
courtyard.
we would grab a seat, we would have our coffee, the kids would have their croissant or cookie or whatever they had picked for that morning. And we had like this very chill time before we went to go line up for early entry. So loved that. Loved it opening at 6. I would love to see more coffee shops and quick services opening early in Orlando.
Anything that surprised you?
Mm, oh, not really.
Okay, cool. Great.
Yeah.
What you did 3 days with park hoppers.
Mhm.
Park hoppers are like non-negotiable at Disneyland. Do you think that was the right move for your family? You're
Yes and
making that
no.
face. Maybe you're saying park hoppers are a no.
Well, we're not a park hopper family for Walt Disney World, right?
Mhm.
Sometimes we will park hop on an Animal Kingdom day, but we are people that tend to stay all day long in the same park. We did that on this trip as well. The very first day we did park hop. We started at Disney California Adventure because it had early entry, and then we ended at Disneyland. I think with the crowd level and lightning lanes, the next 2 days that we did, where we did not park hop, we were actually able to get more done. Um, but also that goes into planning. So let me gripe about my family for a minute.
Go ahead.
So they did not find out until what, 6 days before we were leaving.
Mhm.
I asked the kids and my husband all week, hey, sit down. We need to plan our days. I need to know what rides are most important to y'all. I need to know what food y'all want to do. And they did, like, they told me what sit down reservations they wanted to do, which was great. And I was able to get those reservations, but they wouldn't tell me what rides they wanted to do. So when we went in on Friday, January 2nd, we didn't ride that much. We did, but we didn't. We
Mhm.
weren't using our multipass to our top performing abilities because I didn't know what they wanted to do. So we got back to the room that night and I was like, are y'all ready to listen to mom? And they were like, mm-hmm. And I said, okay, here's all our rides for multipass. I need y'all to rank these in order of how y'all want to do them. And then the next 2 days, boom, 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 boom. Like it was so easy to ride.
Yeah. And I don't know, for me, when it's busy, like I need the park hopper because California Adventure, in my opinion, is never as busy as Disneyland. And I get overwhelmed with the crowds at night at Disneyland, so I have to leave.
I felt like they were the same level of busy.
Okay.
Like after 12 o'clock, both parks were wall to wall
Well,
people.
and you also went on a holiday weekend. Like I
Mhm.
won't go on a holiday weekend, so that also makes a difference. So like again, you like you said, it goes back to planning. Like maybe it is best to not have a park hopper during a busy time, but maybe it is because maybe, you never know. I just always say like get it because
Yeah.
it's right there. It's a
I know I'm still going to recommend it and I'll still probably get it for our next Disneyland trip. That is a Katie family specific thing. And I know this about us.
well, and every family is different too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's talk about crowds. We kind of talked about it already. What was it really like being over New Year's? Well, first of all, have you ever been to Walt Disney World during Christmas?
No, I've been for these exact dates. I have never been to any of the theme parks we planned for actual Christmas.
Okay.
But I've done these
So,
exact dates at Walt Disney World and Universal.
okay. So, Disneyland also, I think we found out that this is when the annual pass holder blackouts ended, was when you were there.
Yeah.
So, I think that also
Yeah.
had a really big impact on that. But why don't you talk about the crowds a little bit?
The first thing y'all need to know is it rained all day, every day of this trip,
Which is shocking.
which is shocking. And it's so funny because we had just done Walt Disney World in September, which is a rainy time, and it did not rain on us one time. And it rained every single day of the Disneyland trip. So annual pass holders were not blacked out anymore, which meant every day about 12 o'clock, the parks were just packed,
Mhm.
absolutely packed. The shocking thing about that is we were able to ride whatever we wanted to ride. I had no issues getting us lightning lanes for everything we wanted to do. We did not wait in a single standby ride line. When we did early entry on Saturday for Disneyland, we rode. I had to go back and look at my
You did
Instagram stories, but
Fantasyland, didn't you?
we did Fantasyland, and then we went over to Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion
And then,
Holiday.
yeah, we rode 8 rides in that 30-minute early entry time,
Mhm.
including Haunted Mansion.
Yeah,
Like
especially if you're
it
doing
was,
Snow White, Peter Pan, Snow White, Mr. Toads, Pinocchio's, Haunted Mansion. Yeah.
we skipped Peter Pan because we got Peter Pan at home. Um,
What? The Peter
we skipped Peter
Pan at Disneyland is so much better.
Oh, we skipped it. We were focusing on things that we could not do at Walt Disney World.
Okay, well, you can't do this version of Peter Pan because it's not at Walt Disney World. This is why Katie and I can't travel together. No, no.
We travel together well. Stop lying to people. But but here is where the crowds were a problem. Okay. So, like I said, it was raining the entire time. There was umbrellas everywhere. It is rare to see somebody carrying an umbrella at Walt Disney World, but apparently it's a thing in California.
Well, because they don't
And
get rain, so they don't
they did, yeah,
understand. They
they
don't
didn't know what to
know.
do. And so, like, you think about walking around, let's just say Epcot when it's raining. You don't see a lot of people walking. You'll see people like dashing from one place to another. But this was just giant, slow moving crowds, just dilly dallying all over the parks with their umbrellas.
Yeah.
And then the biggest thing was there was nowhere to sit and chill. We were riding so many rides because we literally didn't have anywhere that we could sit down
Yeah,
because
because it's all
most of the outdoor
outside.
seating
Yeah.
is not covered. It's
Yeah.
not covered. And so like that was I think the rain was the worst than the crowds. Like I
Yeah.
can navigate crowds. That rain made it miserable.
Which is so crazy because it does not rain at Disneyland. It
When
doesn't.
when we walked out of the hotel, we had a late flight home. We walked out of the hotel at like 10 o'clock and we were going to Disney, downtown Disney for our reservation. Um, the sun was out. And I was like, look at you. Look at you. Decided to show up as I'm about to eat some dumplings and get on a flight home. Thank you so much.
Like usually it'll be overcast and then it'll clear up later, but like I've been to Disneyland so many times and I've been rained on maybe once.
Yeah, it's wild.
That's so wild. Okay. Well, that part of the bad, you can't predict weather and
Yeah.
Disneyland is just not it's not built for rain because it doesn't get rain. It's in the desert, so
Mhm.
it's not really a problem they usually have to deal with. That's a bumski. But would you do this time of year again?
I would. I would do this time of year again. Like I said, I think that the bad parts of our trip were mostly the rain and not the crowds. We navigated well through the crowds. But there are things that you need to know with going at this time of year, like mobile order your food in advance, which is always a good tip for Disneyland, but
Oh,
even more when you are going. And that was the problem we had on Friday is the kids, we didn't mobile order any food. We were able to eat really easily at Aunt Cass Cafe.
mm.
But when I
Well, it's
was like,
Aunt
we're
Cass's
going,
cafe.
huh?
It's Aunt
Would you?
Cass's cafe.
Hey, we had some good. It was good. We didn't hate
I'm
it.
not saying it's bad, but it's not like the most popular one at California
Yeah.
Adventure. So like I'm not surprised. But if you had tried where like the quesadilla tacos are or the
Yeah.
birria
Yeah.
ramen, that would have been harder.
Yeah. We would have been waiting. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like the next day, like I told them, I said, listen, these are your food options for tomorrow. I didn't give them a lot of choices. I am pre-ordering them. So what do you want now? And so like we went in with that better of a plan. So
So that leads really well into the next question is what would have been stressful if you hadn't thought ahead?
if I would not have put multipass on those tickets, we would not have gotten to ride anything.
Hmm.
Because we're zooming in and out of those lightning lane lines, but the wait times were astronomical. I mean, they were so long.
Well, and
But
this we've said this several times with Disneyland, but Disneyland is a very local park, and locals don't have Lightning Lane Multipass on their annual passes,
mhm,
and they usually don't want to pay for it every time they come. They usually
yeah,
come, ride a couple rides, and then leave. So they're waiting in the standby lines, which makes it fantastic for Lightning Lane Multipass. I have always gotten to do so many lightning lanes at Disneyland versus Walt
Mm,
Disney World. Walt Disney World, you're
yeah.
lucky to get five, maybe six. I'll do like 10 at Disneyland.
We rode 15 or 16 rides on Saturday at Disneyland Park. We did not wait. Well, no, we did the six that we did, in early entry
Hmm.
without Lightning Lane, but the rest were Lightning Lane.
Hmm.
And we didn't stay for fireworks because we were wet. We were cold. We didn't stay for any nighttime shows. I still could have been booking more. Like I think I had two that I let lapse once we got back to the room, like Buzz Lightyear. I think so it was like we
Yeah,
could have
I've definitely done that. I'll book one and I'll be like, I'm just tired.
Mm,
I'm ready to
yeah,
go to bed.
yeah, exactly.
Because Disneyland
Exactly.
still pretty consistently closes at 11 or midnight.
Hmm.
Fun fact. So, like, California Adventure will close at, a normal time. It usually closes at 9,
Hmm.
but Disneyland stays open really late. So, you have a long time to use that multi-pass.
Speaking of leaving because we were cold and wet, I was so mad at them. Okay,
The
so
family?
yeah,
Okay.
yes, to end our trip,
Uh-huh.
because Sunday we did Disney California Adventure all day, and this was the day the rain was the worst. Okay, so we've already gone back to the room once because we were completely soaking wet.
Mm-hmm.
So we came back to the parks and we were doing some rides and some characters. We had a 7:45 reservation at Lamplight Lounge,
Mm-hmm.
and I was going to try to get us on the balcony so we could watch World of Color.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We waited to be seated like 30 minutes and it was freezing cold. The sun had officially gone down. We've been
Yeah.
rained on all day and we're just sitting there on the pier shivering. And so when we go to walk in the restaurant, my husband's like, we cannot sit on that balcony. Everyone is too cold. So we sat inside, which was fine because lamplight is delicious.
And it's a
And
cute, it is really cute inside too. But like if you're wanting to watch World of Color, obviously not.
hang
But
on,
the inside
let
is
me get,
cute.
yeah, no, the inside was cute. And I did like go around and look at stuff. And I love that. And because I've eaten at lamplight, but
Yeah.
on the balcony. And we were walking out and World of Color started. So, like, we would have been finished to sit on the balcony, and my plan would have worked. But they were like, we've got to go back. We're so cold. We're so tired. And I'm like, and it was supposed to be like the big finale to the
Yeah.
trip. Like,
Yeah.
this is it.
No, I
Because
get it.
watching World of Color and on the balcony at Lamplight is one of my like Disney core memories. It's like one of the best experiences I have ever had at a Disney park. And I wanted to give that to my husband and the kids, and they wouldn't let me because they were weenies and they were cold and wet. Anyway,
Suck it up, buttercups. So what anything else that would have been stressful if you hadn't thought ahead?
the mobile ordering of the food.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
yeah.
Was there a ride or experience that totally surprised your family? I love that you're cackling, so that means obviously yes.
Okay. Okay. For years doing this job, I have had people message me about Splash Mountain slash Tiana's, okay,
Oh yeah, how you
saying,
get soaked at Disneyland. Hmm.
well, okay, but these have been Walt Disney World clients, and they're like, oh, I've saw these videos where we get soaking wet, and I'll have to like calm them down, right? I don't think that I had ever seen a video of Tiana's at Disneyland, okay, and I knew that it is the original design of the log. Like you're gonna sit like this, with your legs around each other like a luge.
The Space
I
Mountain
did not
vehicle. Yeah, it's like Space Mountain.
like Space Mountain. I did not realize how wet you get on Disneyland Tiana's Bayou Adventure. As soon as we sat in the log, there was already this much water where your feet go. And we went around the first curve and the boat dipped like this and water just filled up the bottom. And my poor son was on the front and he got off and it looked like he had been standing in the shower for 10 minutes. And I was like, this is why this is why all my clients are always so concerned that Orlando is going to get them soaking wet. I'm like, they have seen videos that apparently I've never seen of this experience. And the next day we were waiting to meet Thor and Loki, and we were talking to a local annual pass girl online. She was so nice. And we were talking about Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and she's like, I haven't even been on it since it reopened. She's like, but my friends tell me there's more water in it. Like they purposely put more water. So it's even worse than it was when it was Splash Mountain. And I was like, this needs to be handled. Like this is ridiculous. No one should ever get this wet.
It is so much water because I've you know how our phones always listen to us, and I had my friend and I were talking about Splash Mountain or Tiana's, and I was saying, you know, I don't really want to go ride it because there's a potential to get wet, and she sent me like 4 videos, and I told her, I'm like, those are all Disneyland.
Yeah.
So because I know the ride vehicle looks different, I'm like, I don't want to ever ride the one at Disneyland, but also I don't want to ride the one at Disney World because I don't want to get wet.
It's one of our favorites at Walt Disney World. Like the worst I've ever gotten is like a big splash right here and like a little bit on my shirt. Like I have never gotten off that ride and been like, oh, I need to change. This was awful. It was awful. Anyway, my PSA.
How about a positive thing that surprised you? This was your first time Haunted Mansion holiday, right?
Yes. Yes. So this was my first time doing Haunted Mansion at all, because the time that I had been before, Haunted Mansion was closed.
Was it?
Was it closed?
It wasn't closed.
It was closed. It was closed. When you and I went together, it was closed. Tiana's was closed and Haunted Mansion was closed.
Okay.
Do you think that I would go into a Disney park and not ride Haunted Mansion if it was an option? No.
It was also like 3 years ago. I don't remember, but
I don't remember why it was closed. I think it was because of the Tiana's construction, and it wasn't like a long closure. It was like we went on the wrong week.
Yeah.
So I'd never gotten to ride it. But I was so excited for the Haunted Mansion holiday, and that overlay is incredible. But you want to know what overlay got me better?
I was about to ask you about the next one. What was your favorite overlay?
It's a Small World holiday.
It's so good.
Oh. Okay, so the boys were like, we're not riding It's a Small World. I'm like, but it's different. Like, it's different. Not only is it more iconic, more beautiful, it's the holiday overlay. And they're like, we don't care. So I sent them to Galaxy's Edge because I don't need to go to Galaxy's Edge. I got Galaxy's Edge at home. They went to go ride Millennium Falcon. And AJ and I rode it. The decorations are incredible. It is so, so good. I could have ridden it 3 more times. Like, so good.
It's so good. 10 out of 10. But
10 out of 10.
Also 10 out of 10. Tell me, y'all ate a lot, but give me your favorite things that y'all ate, because we all know Disneyland food is just another level. So
the kids love Trader Sam's. They love Trader Sam's. They said it was the best. They loved Din Tai.
Din Tai Fung, yeah.
Yes, they loved that. Those were the only 2 sit downs that we did, were those 2. They liked Bengal barbecue. They surprise hit because we did go to Alien Pizza Planet. And the pizza was gross, as I told them it was going to be. The alien macaroon.
Okay.
Surprised it. Like,
okay.
JP was like, are we going to get another one of those? Because we ate that Friday night. And he's like, are we getting another one on Saturday? Because it was so good.
Nice.
I'm trying to think of what else. Just like they really, really love, like, stand out.
The bread bowls?
The bread bowls and the soup. Yeah. We were big fans of that. Oh, the kids love the Monte Cristo. That we were not a fan of the beignets.
No.
No. They love the cookies that you can get from the Harbor Galley.
Harbor Gallery, yeah.
Yeah, it's because you can get like a bag of like 12 cookies and just carry them around and eat fresh chocolate chip cookies. They love that. trying to think if there was anything else that they were just like, this is the best. Oh, the corn dogs from the
Little Red Wagon.
from Little Red Wagon. Yeah. And churros. And churros. My kids had never had a real churro. Um, they enjoyed the Disneyland churros.
I would hope so. The Disneyland churros are the best churros.
Yeah.
Well, what was their favorite moment from the trip, or what was your favorite moment?
Their favorite moment was the last day we had early entry. It's the last day for early entry ever. And we rode in credit coaster 4 times in a row during early entry. That's all we did for early entry is we rode in credit coaster back to back. And we would get off of there and say, let's do it again. And I was like, okay.
How many times did you ride it?
The total?
No,
Like
like,
for the
did you
whole
ride it
trip?
4 times back to back with them?
Yeah.
Ooh,
I love in credit coaster. I love it.
that's too many. I mean, I've never ridden it because it's not for me.
Mhm.
But
The other thing they really loved was meeting all the characters in Avengers Campus. That was a big deal.
what was your favorite moment?
Hmm. Honestly, looking
Yes.
back, it was probably when we got off of Tiana's Bayou Adventure and we were like waterlogged and we still had to walk halfway across the park to ride Matterhorn. Uh,
You rode Matterhorn soaking wet.
we rode Matterhorn soaking wet. Also, AJ rode Space Mountain for the first time. She has never rode Space Mountain because she does not like in the dark roller coasters. We hyped her up. She rode it and she loved it. Then she rode Matterhorn and she was like, I like that one the best. And I was like, of course you do because you're a little weirdo.
Matterhorn is weird.
This is your favorite Matterhorn of all the coasters you've done everywhere. You're like, Matterhorn, this is it. This is the one.
Oh my gosh. What a crazy kid.
She's so funny.
Any other Disneyland takeaways? Anything else you want to share?
I think we summed it up pretty well. What do you think?
I mean, I love Disneyland. I'm going next week
Yeah.
with my nephew for his pre-10th birthday. It's going to
Yeah.
be fabulous. We're going for a short little trip. He's never been before, so I hope he has a good time.
Yeah.
He's my brother's child, so I probably won't be able to tell if he's having a good time.
He'll have a good time. He'll like it.
Yes, but if you are ready to plan your trip to Disneyland, we would love to help you. Katie would love to help you. She's wearing her Disneyland merch today. I mean, we both love Disneyland. I can't wait. My friend got me that Spirit jersey, by the way, so I do have it
Oh,
coming.
good. They put more out. Yeah.
Yes,
Like,
thank God. It's gorgeous. Gorgina. So when you're ready to book your next trip to Disneyland or any Disney destination, we can't wait to help you. Our info is in our bio. And until next time, bye.